Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. We're back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Mark, Michael.
And we just finished playing Bethel Woods. Now, this is a light cooperative game. So in this one, I must admit, I don't really get the theme on this one, but there's like an orphanage in the middle of these, and these little workers, they are around the board here, supposedly have come back to try and fix all the machines that are breaking down, and if all the machines break, some bad dark thing comes in from another realm or something and ruins everything. So you're trying to fix all the machines, and the way you do that is like Mancala. So on your turn, you can grab all of the workers from one particular of these machines around the outside, and then you either go clockwise or you go anti-clockwise and drop them off. So I could drop off this red guy here, and now because there are 3 red guys, I could fix up to 3 of the red malfunctions. So there's only 1 malfunction here, so I'll fix that one. And I get to keep that, it adds to my knowledge. When I carry on dropping them off, I could drop off the blue guy here. There's 1 guy, so I get to fix 1 of these malfunctions, which goes to my supply. And then the last guy goes here, and that's also blue, so I get to fix this one. So each turn, you're basically grabbing a bunch of guys, moving them around and fixing the malfunctions. Now, having collected all the knowledge, you're then trying to get into the middle to build the Daydreamer, is it called? I keep calling it the Dream Machine, but this machine in the middle, if you manage to build it, you win the game. So that's what you're really trying to do. So on your turn, you would grab a pile of workers, move them around the board as normal, but then the last space, instead of going round, you kind of hop into the middle, and the colour has to match. So this would have to be blue or red. In fact, I couldn't move this green guy in, but if I had a red guy instead and I moved him, the red guy could go in, and then the first time you move somebody in, you have to discard 1 knowledge of the matching colour. So I'd have to discard 1 red, and then you flip it over, and you start to build your Dream Machine. And then you send another guy in, and this time it requires 2 knowledge of the same colour that matches. And then you add, and gradually you build up this picture over here of the Dream Machine, which looks a little bit more like a Stargate, actually, I have to admit. But carry on going, and you get this, nice picture in the end of this Dream Machine you're trying to build. The tricky thing, though, is that every time you stick one of these guys in the middle, they're locked in place, and you can't use them to do the Mancala thing to repair all the malfunctions around the outside of the board anymore. So the more you build your machine, the harder it is to deal with all the malfunctions. And if you get too many malfunctions, more than 3, then the machine goes critical, and there's some bad negative effect that's going to take place. So it might be that it requires more knowledge to build your machine. It might be that the malfunctions spread around the board more often. There's various other critical effects. And the other thing is that every time a machine goes critical, one of these spies comes out, which effectively adds to the number of malfunctions. So this spy counts as a malfunction. So it makes it more likely the machines are going to go critical. And getting rid of spies is harder than getting rid of normal malfunctions, because you have to discard, in this case, a blue one and a red one in order to get rid of the spy. So you run around, taking it in turns, trying to clear up the malfunctions while collecting enough knowledge to build the machine, and if you manage it, you win. And the final thing to say, perhaps, is that each player has a little character with a special power, which you can use to help you in various ways in the game. So my guy, I could discard one of these knowledges to take a random worker and put him somewhere else on the board, which has actually turned out to be very handy. All right, Mark, what do we think?
I like Mancala's mechanism. I think it works well within this. It feels more just like a puzzle, though, than even a game. I guess the powers make it a bit gamey, but if it wasn't the powers, I think you could just play this as one player. It feels very much like any of the old sort of style puzzle games, even once you find on your PC or whatever. It's just a puzzle, and that's it. I don't think there's enough of anything other than your actual special powers to bring it above that. I mean, it's an interesting puzzle. Think probably of the level of Forbidden Desert, maybe not even that. Maybe something between Forbidden Island and Forbidden Desert. It's not as complex as something like Pandemic, which I wouldn't even say is that complex, but it's certainly on the easy side of that once you understand how Mancala works. So yeah, it's just a puzzle. Take it on that. I mean, the themes doesn't really mean anything. It's a very it's a Mancala puzzle.
Okay,
I think.
Michael.
Hi. It was fun to start with. It's quite a fun puzzle. It's quite good to work as a team. I don't know it's got much longevity. I think after a while it might start to get a bit wearing, and there's lots of ways to die and only one way to win. And you can get the sort of life to death card in a single turn. So yeah, great fun. I'd play it again, but I don't think I'd buy it.
Okay, rating out of 10?
I think I'm struggling to give it a 6, particularly because of the longevity. I think it'll get to the back of the cupboard quite quickly.
Okay, Mark?
I agree. I think I think if I beat it, I think I probably wouldn't play it again. So I'd probably give it somewhere around a 5.5 to a 6. It's not bad. I just don't think I'd play it again once because completing it.
Okay. I liked it. It is light, and it's the kind of thing I would play with my family, I think. Particularly my son. I think both of us could get into it. As Mark says, though, it is very much... It feels like a solo experience to a certain extent. You could certainly play this and enjoy it quite a bit solitaire, I think. And I'd happily play this one solitaire, but as they say, there's not a great incentive to play it with other people. You just sort of pick a couple of characters and have a go. But the puzzle's interesting, and the first time we played it, we lost really badly and really quickly. We only managed to complete one piece of the dream machine, and then we just kept dying because all the spies came out. The second time, we just kept shoving people into the middle here as fast as we possibly could. I think we felt like we took too long to put them into the middle, and we did an awful lot better. We got really, really close to winning on 2 different points, but then the final spy came out and did us in. And so I enjoy the fact that it's tense. I think once you play it well, it is going to come down to the wire a lot of times. So yeah, I'd be on 7 out of 10, I think. I enjoyed it. All right, thanks very much for watching. That was Bethel Woods.